Senaja takes a look at healthy eating habits and the myths surrounding the condition.
So I think there is a strong misconception about the whole disease. One, we say it's chronic, yeah, but when you go very detailed, it's not a chronic disease, okay? Then second, the definition that we have given the disease. We always say it's a sugar disease. So the only concentration or the only thing we take as serious is removing sugar from our diet. But many have forgotten that the carbohydrate will have to become sugar whenever we eat. So people will not put sugar in their tea, and yet they eat the fufu. When you have diabetes, it's very simple. It means that you are no more capable of metabolizing or what you use, using the sugar for its purpose. Once you get that definition wrong, we will never be able to treat the disease. You can't leave sugar. You can't say, I will not put sugar in my tea, and then you eat rice. It doesn't work that way.
Doc, I won't put sugar in my tea,
Yes.
but I would put honey in my tea and take it with the brown bread. That should be healthy.
Unfortunately, not healthy. If you are what we say insulin resistant, because that's the stage you will be when the insulin doesn't respond to carbohydrate, right? Honey is highly in another form of glucose called fructose. That's what you find in fruits. It's extremely high. If you are diabetic, it's not advisable. It may have, let me make something very clear to you. Everything that passes through the mouth has some benefit, but it's always a trade-off. Okay, carbohydrate has some benefit, but what are you getting from carbohydrate that is good and that is bad? So honey has got a lot of vitamins, antioxidants, but what is the trade-off with other things? You will have very high fructose, which will affect your liver. Okay, so if you are not sick, you can consume that in moderate, but I will not advise any diabetic patient to take honey, because he has not got that.
So Doc, what are the alternatives? In place of my fufu rice, what do I take?
Vegetables.
Vegetables.
Yes. You know what is so interesting? I've told people don't know that they can eat vegetable and be full.
And be full.
Because the brain keeps telling you that you should eat them.
How can I
do you know what
eat vegetables
do you know what,
and be okay?
do you know what I've told many people? I told them a trick. I said, get a banku. Tell your son to bring you the soup, or they've cooked banku and soup. Tell them, keep the banku first. Bring the soup. You drink the soup.
Like soup, okro.
Drink the okro soup, and you find out whether you have appetite for the banku.
But how can I see banku?
You are not going to see it. I tell you, but I've done it, and I'm telling you, and many people have done it. That thing doesn't even taste nice. The banku doesn't taste nice.
Oh, what are you saying?
Come on, you just
what are you talking about?
After some time,
my big ball of fufu with the meat and everything on it.
Just listen. Taste is learned. Okay. If you have never tasted sugar before, you will find sugar horrible. We learn taste. That's why somebody from Europe can enjoy your fufu. Somebody so and so. You understand? We learn it. Yeah. So you can unlearn it. You understand? So what I'm saying is one of the strategies is I tell patients when they prepare that ampese with garden stew,
yeah,
or
that's healthy, right?
Just eat the garden stew,
And
or
they're
eat.
busy.
No,
What happens to the plantain?
don't even bring it.
The plantain is supposed to be
just
a
listen to-
healthy diet.
No, that's what you think. This is what I'm telling you, that it is always the trade-off, right? If you don't have diabetes, you can eat your MPC, I don't mind. But if you eat diabetic, you don't have the insulin to deal with that MPC or that plantain, which has carbohydrate, which will be broken down to sugar. That is what you should always remember. I am not capable of utilizing the sugar that comes from the carbohydrate. So it's not like, oh no, I like this, I like it, why am I not? You don't have it. So the sugar stays in your blood. The only thing is that it doesn't give you immediate complication, yeah? It's a long time.
Okay.
That is why people think that, oh, okay, 15 years down the line, that's when you start having problems. When you reach 40, 50, then you start seeing the problems start coming. So why not start slowly learning these things and see how they can help you? So we're talking about the different type of the test. The first one is fasting blood sugar, postprandial, that is after food. The last one, which you do most of the time at the hospital, is hemoglobin A1C. What does that mean? It means that you take your blood and then you find out how much sugar is stuck to the hemoglobin. Okay, and this is what caused the damage, because sugar will get stuck to all proteins, and one of them is your blood protein. So when we take blood from you and we measure, we are able to know how long you've been able to control the sugar in your blood for the past 3 months, because the blood cells will stay for 3 months and will have the sugar coated on them.
Wow.
So the damage that sugar causes is damage to blood vessels. That's why the eye is affected. That's why the kidney is affected, because the proteins of the blood vessels are affected when sugar stays too long. We call it glycation.
Okay.
Advanced glycation end product will be built and to form plaques on the blood vessels. This is what is the main complication. Why somebody will get blind in the eye. This is the main complication. Somebody will get sick in the kidney, because those blood vessels are no more functioning properly, because there's no proper passage for the blood to flow. It's very important. So sugar, so God has made insulin to remove the sugar from our blood before it's damaged the blood vessels. But when your insulin is no more able to do that, then blood keep flowing through. So we take the sugar and see how much blood is still flowing through my veins.
That's doing a lot of damage.
Yes. Simple. Blood vessels damage. That's all it does. It damages your blood vessels like rusting in the pipe. I tell my patient, it's like pipe water coming to your house and is rusting slowly. And one day you don't get water.
How do I know what I'm dealing with is type 1 or type 2?
We normally do tests. These days it's very difficult to know, because in the past it was only happening in people who were a bit older. Today we are having children who have what? Who have type 2. Because of, yes.
In summary, type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disorder. It causes sugar, in the form of glucose, to accumulate in the blood rather than being used as fuel for the cells in our body. If not diagnosed and treated in a timely manner, type 2 diabetes can lead to many health complications.